YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Craft with Me where we are in the very earliest stages of the bee journal. So first thing we have to do today is sort out, I think, the covers. Where are we at here? So we have done the proof of concept. I think we have decided on a size, though I really wish this was 8.5 by 5.5. It's not. Cover design, which is what am I going to use for a cover and do some patterning. And so off camera, I have been doing some paper modification in hopes that I will be able to get something to use. And I've used a variety of different materials, but I have essentially used this as a jelly plate template. This is these little shapey shapes from the dollar store. They come in 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. This is an early making together of the larger, which I might yet finish and do some more of. This is the small, and you'll notice that I have kept a couple of the spots blank, and I did that because I have a printed very small stencil that has some irregularity built into it, and that feels a little bit better. I don't know. So anyways, there we are. That's what I used, and now we are going to have a look at what I have wrought. So this is not what I have wrought, but this is the raw material. So this is a drop cloth that you can buy at the hardware store, and you get a boatload of canvasy type material for very inexpensive. I ironed it, and so you can see do it up higher. You can see the curve in the material. And I happen to cut this at the wrong size. It is too narrow. It is 5.5, not 6.5, because I can't measure. So that's the material that we were using. So first is a bit of scrap that we have, and I'm just going to sort through where the other materials are. Here we are. So here is all of this. So that's the scrap. And my method is to put on 2 layers, to put on the background layer and then to put on the relief layer. So I just want the lines. So I pull off the paint with this, it leaves sort of the outline, and then I use that to print on something that is already in a certain color. And so this is the first one. And this isn't long enough for my gel plate because my gel plate isn't big enough. And so I had to do like a little fun thing on the side. And this technically, where is my template? Oh, I'm hardly started the project and I'm knee deep in a mess already. I don't know where my template is. I did one. You were here for it. No, nowhere. Bueller, nothing. Oh well, I'm sure it'll crop up. But I think that's the size that the journal is going to be. Now this could do with some stitching, which might be fun. And it might do with some lining, which also might be fun. But anyways, that's fabric number 1. This is fabric number 2. Second verse, more or less same as the first. This, and let's do it this way. So you can see where the line attached is there. I did a much better job on this one. And this base color was quite dark. I don't know, it is what it is. We haven't made any decisions yet, so we're just showing off what we've done so far. And I say showing off, not as in bragging, but showing. Got a bunch of tissue papers, which were part of the roll-off cleanup process. Let's have a look at those. So there were some very light ones. There's that, where you can sort of, at one point I used black as the method for creating an outline, and black is way too dark. You 100% need a brown for this. Then this was me trying to dry off my little plate. This is one of them. Really like that as a texture. Another one, really overdone. Just a nice color palette. This is not bad, not great, not bad. This is one of my favorites, I think. It is very neutral. There's no yellow in it. It printed out possibly the best. This is a piece of card that is just me trying to pull off some things. So there's that. And now we get to the actual papers. So what did I do? I have had this pad, which is a Michaels pad, and it has got prints on it on one side, but also it is craft stock on the other. And then the last pages are craft stock both sides, and I used just some of these mid-range ones. I'm gonna put that down there, and let's go through what we have. So this one, again, I had to do some double printing. So this would have been one print. This is 8 by 10, and then I had to put another layer on. So this worked out really nicely. This is very much like the vision that I had. And look at that, I nearly matched up the register. Look at me go. So this is another one, slightly different shade, which I'm okay with. Different shade of honey. That's legit. This, so I think these are probably the last ones that I did where I had figured out what it was that I was doing. And then we're going to go back in time as I go through these layers. So here's another one. This clearly, I was able to do the second print, but this print was too dark. So I would probably want something like that. And I might have to do something with this if I were to use this sheet. Oh yes, this is an example of what happens when you use the black. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Oh yeah, here's another one that's pretty good. And then this one is the last one, also quite good, but I didn't do that edge. I'm just gonna flip through here to see if I have it anywhere. I do not. It might be in a box. That's okay. So, what have we decided? And then the backs of these are a variety of this and that. And I can cover them. I can do whatever I want with them. So I've got 1, 2. I do not have 3. But that's not bad. I mean, I could use that, but just not for a cover. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 pieces of paper I could use. And what do I have for, I want to make make a big thump as I drop that book of paper. I have 2 pieces of fabric, which I don't think I mean, it's okay, but it's flimsy, and this, I think, appeals to me a little bit more. I can use it, just not for cover. Got that. Somewhere. Okay, now I seriously want to have the cover that I made. So now we have to look. Of course, oh, there it is. Is that it? Oh yes, I went to the dollar store. Of course I did. I will show you what I got as it relates to this project. That is not it because it's not sewn in. These are not, oh yeah, here's 2 more tests. That test turned out really well. But this is so fine. This is the actual stencil that I have. Not very big, and it looks almost like dots as opposed to a honeycomb. So going to the larger size made it look a little better. Okay, that's not there. The other piece of fabric that I have is that, but again, it's a little too flimsy. Oh, I am sad. Nope, those are all those. Okay, the last spot is over here. Hi, baby girl, what are you doing? Are you up from a nap? You going back to a nap? Are you in an intermezzo? Are you a nap waiting to happen? Are you danger waiting to happen? You took it, didn't you? I know you did. You like that. You took it and you hit it. Phooey. Well, I can't locate it at the moment, so it is what it is. We will use what we have to create a template. Things I got at the dollar store was I needed to get another package of these, so I now have 4 packages because I needed that many of these. I got this, which is 2 washi tapes and ribbon, and I got it 100% because of the shape of the packaging. That is fabulous. Beautiful template. And I got some of this. These are the roly ball thingies for shaker cards. And these are also, they call them glass beads. They look like chips. These 3 are beads. These 3 are chips. In any event, it's straight gold. And the last thing I got was a box. And this is the kind of box that I want to use when this goes in. So I will have to move the edges over, but you can sort of imagine much easier now these sort of hanging. Put it on the side, because the side's the only one that's got some angles. But if they are all like this, then I will be able to take out a signature, use it, and then put it back. And it's like I have my own little apiary. So I think we're well on our way. Except that I lost my master template, but well, it is what it is. Now then, I want, that's gonna fall, so is that. And what am I trying to do? I am trying to create the size of the paper to then know what the size of the journal form should be. That's not 11, so let's use a larger piece of paper, of which we have many. Okay. There we are. Yep, we're doing fine. Also not 11. Oh. Well, we will use a piece of paper then. That's just how we are going to do that. Of which I have one right here on this very stage. Crash bang. $11. There we are. So that's 11, 8.5 by 11. That's 11, there we are. So that's that size. And then this needs to be 6.5. Get this out of the way. This is going to be 6.5. It's going to be such a lot of wasted paper. I just still don't like that. I'm just here to tell you. Oops, that moved a lot. Is that straight? There we are. Okay, so this should be the current working size unless I change my mind completely, which I might yet do. So this then should be 5.5 by 6.5. So then, where did one of these go? So then, I can then do this like 11.5. What is this? This square is 6.5 by 5.5. It's big enough to be 6.5 by 11. And then if I wanted a border, it would be a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, which would then become 7 by 6, which becomes 7 by 12. Wow. Okay, 7 by 12. So I need a strip that is about 7 inches wide. Let's try it on the one that I know is not going to be in use. And watch this turn out to be one of the best. So I need to have it this way because, why because? Because I need something that is a full 6 inches. I'll do that. Okay. Then I'm just going to take that strip off there. And this is supposed to be 7 inches. This way, down. A fun thing to do before you start working is clean your workspace. It's something that I almost rarely do. But when I do, I'm so happy. Happy enough to forget the lesson entirely. So that's going to go there. 7 by 6. I think that worked. Nope. Nope, one more. There, that worked. Okay, so that's going to be the size of the journal. This is the size of the page is. So this needs to be trimmed by 1/4 inch. So it's 11.5. I know I am just sort of rhyming off numbers that really don't make any sense at the moment to me, to anyone else but me. Promise I will draw you a diagram. There. Okay. So that's the journal. That's the page. And then that will hang like that. That will be the spine. And then the spine will hang like that in a box where this overlap and this overlap will make it suspended and feel like you are taking something out of an actual beehives, apiary, whatever we want to call it. Okay, so what did I do? So this base piece of, so the folio, are we out of lead? We are out of lead. Well, I'm gonna put that down. There we are. So the folio this dimension is 5.5 by 6.5 inches. So that's the sheet of paper. Then I want a cover to have a 1/4 inch clearance, or be slightly, I'm going to call it clearance over folio. Wow. So 5.5 then becomes, this size becomes 5 3/4, because it's 1/4 inch and it's only in that direction. And then I need 1/4 inch at the top and 1/4 inch at the bottom, which is a 1/2 inch, which makes this 7 inches. That's that side, and then the whole paper then becomes 7 inches tall by 11.5. And then this one in the same way is 11 by 6.5. And all of these weird dimensions come about because this spine material that I want to use is 8 inches. Now I can get rid of that mess if, is this broken or is that just a mark? Just a mark. I could technically do that. And there's literally no reason why I can't. Could almost do that. Hmm. Eight and a half. If I got this to 9 inches, I need a piece of washi tape. I think the average journaler isn't going to work this hard, so I am doing this for you. Meaning, I'm doing all the literal faffing around. There, okay, so let's say that's the size. Then we could go back, and then that's what I mean. And then I could probably just do this, shorten it that way, and then you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, however deep that is going to be, and then that's what it will look like. So that's the thing to do. And now I'm back to 8.5 by 11. Oh my goodness. So, all right. But then I don't have to cut all the paper. I mean, like, what a pain. So, folio. It's going to be, oh my goodness. Eight and a half. 11 is 5.5. And the Gail Augustinelli cover 1/4 inch clearance dimension that she uses as a standard is going to be 9 inches by 6 inches which is going to be 8.5 by 11, which is your standard paper size, and our cover is going to be 9 by 12, which is your average scrapbook size. Whether by default or design, Gail has an extremely efficient method for making things. She has been able to figure it out. And I really appreciate that about watching her make things. So then, we're back to, okay, this is not going to be big enough because I cut it. You know what? I have an entire pad of perfectly good paper. Let's take one and use it. That's the spirit. One of the ones that I don't want, that I am likely never to use. We're going to use that. Okay, we're going to put that on the outside. And that's going to be 9. No, it's going to be 12. That's your 12. Here's your 12. And where's your 9? We will get there. One of the things I think that I enjoy most about journaling, same thing that I enjoy tremendously about costuming, is the problem solving part of it. The figuring it out. That if I were going to do this, what would it look like? How would it work? Could have also just cut 3 off the end. There. Ha, ha, ha. Look at that. Where's the one that I just chucked away? What's the one that I just chucked away? That makes me laugh. But you could cover that if you wanted to. I don't know why I care so much, but you could do that. Stop. There. Ta-da. No. Doesn't matter. So, we're back. So this needs to be the size of the paper. All of this messing around was my way of using the lesson of measure twice, cut once. I can change my mind a lot when I am doing this kind of a thing, but you'll see how quickly, even on a scrap piece of paper, the scrap piece of paper is no longer useful. And had I been doing that on my good stuff, I would possibly been back having to do some more jelly printing. So this would be one of the good ones. And there is 100% enough. This doesn't bother me because we can just leave it if we want. And then that becomes the inside. Yes, queen. Oh, I'm very happy with that. So the next thing, the next issue that I need is, I'm an idiot. Okay, so I still haven't solved my problem. This is 9, this is 9. This needs to be like 10. This box is going to be too small in a minute. I am certain this will build my character. Let us say that. So there we are, and I need it to go all the way to 10. At least for this test anyways. It might only need to be 9.5. But that's why it's washi tape and not glue. There. Oh, whew, here we are. And there. Really? Because that's the tip. Oh, okay, all right. So the curve starts well beyond the end of the measurement. And so that's why this doesn't look quite as liberal, but it should be okay because it'll be on a flat and have that space. And how we, oh yeah, we're still there. Woo. Yeah, we're still good. All I need is enough room. Okay, so now then, what do we want to do for measures? Step 1 is we want something at 5 inches. And if this was 9, that would be 4.5. And we could do 2 inches, and then 2 inches, 3 inches. What's that? 1, 2, 3. It's 3 inches. 1, 2, 3 inches. And then that would mean that each one has a single. It's 2 holes the same. I'm probably not making any sense. I need a hole here, and I need a hole here. And do another one. Need a hole here. Need a hole here. And now where's my doodle thing? Just right here. One. 2. 3. 4. That out of the way. And then you would sew it in this way. So it becomes stable. So I can either glue it, which is probably going to be a good idea, and then it becomes stable because of the gluing. Okay, I just use more popsicle sticks is all, or sticky sticks. And then that goes like that. Okay. Oh, that was exhausting. That was 40 minutes of me literally messing around. But let's do this glue just to make sure that that will work. And I'm going to assume that the wood does glue well because the the bits glued very well. Is that right? Is that right? I think that's right. There. That'll be just Jim Dandy. So we've got cover size sorted, spine sorted. I can now use an 8.5 by 11, and I have 8.5 by 11s over here. And so my next 9 yards is to sort out all of the paper into 4 piles of about 8 sheets each. I'm not going to do it now because I need to go have a nap because we did a lot of math and a lot of changing our minds. So if you're with me still at the end of this video, a gold star at a petty cash for you, because this was not elegant. It was hard slogging, but I think we solved some problems, and if nothing else, showing how problems can be solved and are solved using sketches, models, mock-ups, they are really important, because I think we do not show behind the curtain very often in videos. They all look like they just flow and they are just a perfect thing at the end, where I am certain that there is a lot of effort that is going behind the scenes. So if your work looks like this in terms of messing and playing and all that kind of stuff, good on you, because that means you're pushing out against the world, trying new things and experimenting. And you're experimenting, you're doing bench tests and not with your good stuff. So with that, I will leave you with my usual outro, which is please like, subscribe for more episodes. And if you have this to say about that, do drop me a comment below. We will return again shortly with paper selection. Bye now.